Sorry baby, I just don't know the words or how to conjugate down. Was it really past tense I heard, or was it present perfect? Maybe we could forget the time you faced that friend without me. Maybe we could go back to mine, pretend it never happened. Oh, when the always out of time and you say it will be fine, well I just can't find the lines. Oh, I hope I know what to say when you throw it all away. Sorry baby, I've been drifting again. Could you repeat the question? No, I guess I do not know when it first became a problem. Sorry that it's all such a mess. The words, they seem to leave me, didn't really quite catch the rest. Not keen on it repeating. Oh, when we're always out of time and you say it will be fine, well I just can't find the lines. Oh, I hope I know what to say when you throw it all away. When you throw it all away. Sorry baby, I just don't know the words. Was it really past tense I heard? Maybe we could forget the time. Maybe we could go back to mine. Well, I think that I've been drifting without you, drifting. I think that I've been drifting without you, drifting. I think that I've been drifting without you, drifting. I think that I've been drifting without you, drifting. And now I know that you've been gone. Go when you had the answer and you were there alone. You left the door unopened when you knew that you would want more. Give it up, give it up, give it away. While you were barely aware, you let that day cut off so much hardly remain. While you knew that there was still a way. This is your only plan. Oh, now this is your only. Now this is your only plan. Oh, now this is yours. Force it to yield, you'll forge it to the lines. You let your callous be your shield, and everyone will say that it all was finished years ago, but you will stay, and you won't ever let it go. When you had the answer and you were there alone, you left the door unopened when you knew that you would want more. Then again you found the answer and you were there alone. You left the door unopened when you knew that you would want more. just another point to you. A tangled mess of knots I confess, but the intent was there. I swear we set our sights on something that we thought was true. So now we sit and stare across a surface spanning the whole state. 2 feet between and miles apart. No one's to speak, and here all weekend still we haven't got a clue. It falls apart, there's not a heart to beat there. It falls apart, there's not a heart to have. It falls apart, there's not a heart to beat there. It falls apart if there's not a heart to have. Each word a world all of its own. Each star rendered only in groans. The syntax skips semantic slips, and what we're left a growing cleft of language lost tokens unknown. And then I guess we slipped right through and lost our meaning on the way. We ended up a tiny piece of every heart, of every part, of every story, of every grave. It falls apart, there's not a heart to beat there. It falls apart if there's not a heart to have. It falls apart, there's not a heart to beat there. It falls apart if there's not a heart to have. A tangled mess of knots, I confess, but the intent was there. I swear we set our sights on something that we thought was true. It falls apart, there's not a heart to beat there. And it falls apart if there's not a heart to have. It falls apart, there's not a heart to beat there. It falls apart if there's not a heart to have. If there's not a heart to have. It falls apart, there's not a heart to beat there. It falls apart if there's not a heart to have. It falls apart, there's not a heart to beat there. It falls apart, there's not a heart to have. I've been thinking that I can't quite get enough time on the inside of the cycle that you spin with gravity and dust. I've fallen in between the planets and the sun into the orbit that surrounds you. That orbit that surrounds you. That orbit that surrounds you. That orbit that surrounds you. Now the space is filling up satellites that I can't seem to keep track of. I get the feeling I'm not quite made of the right stuff to float between the rings of cosmic metal love into the orbit that surrounds you. That orbit that surrounds you. That orbit that surrounds you. That orbit that surrounds you.
Mission sequence.
That orbit that surrounds you. 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 Written in the back of my old diary, I gotta break sometime. It's underlined and red. I gotta break sometime. Cracked inside a kiln between the fire. I gotta break sometime. You blazed it anyway. Screamed across the city from a windowsill. I gotta break sometime. That's all you had to say. But the more I know, the less I seem to care. Weighted down by everything and falling through the air. And the more I hold, the less that I can bear. But hey, we all gotta break sometime. Written in the back of my old diary, we all gotta break sometime. It's underlined in lead. Scroll across the screen beneath the spider ring. We all gotta break sometime. I left it all unread. Cracked inside a kiln between the firing. We all gotta break sometime. You blazed it anyway. Screamed across the city from a windowsill. We all gotta break sometime. That's all you had to say. And the more I know, the less I seem to care. And the more I hold, the less that I can bear. The more I know, the less I seem to care. This is a first-rate town, but all you ever notice are the ways it stretched too far. And it has been knocked down, while some of us are still left here between the scars. When you look around, all you ever notice is you cannot see the stars. This is a first-rate town, you know. You just can't see very far. When the last door closed, you packed your clothes and went back to Montreal. Said it was colder there, it still hangs in the air, it helps you forget it all. You left an empty bookshelf that I didn't fail till fall. This is a first-rate town, you know. You just can't see it at all. Well, it will fade as all things must. I loved you, but you didn't love me enough. Winter comes, the car will rust. I'll start it up, then always run a little rough. This is a first-rate town, and all you ever notice are the ways it stretched too far. But keep the death rates down, it's colder than a winter spent in defrosting cars. We talked a lot of leaving, didn't think you'd get that far. This is a first-rate town, you know. You just can't see very far. I met you in the yellow light of a sign that bore your name. You said it was a coincidence, but one you can't explain. Said I'm not going to read more other than I should, but when you smiled, I knew I always would. I wanna meet you at a slow dance. I wanna meet you, but it's too soon. I wanna meet you, but I can't speak or dare to cross the room. I wanna meet you at a slow dance. I wanna meet you, but it's too soon. I wanna meet you, but I dead across the room, but I am trying. Stuck beneath the spinning glow of a familiar hue. Struck by your impression like all of those next to you, but I will try to stand and make it down the hall, but in the sound, I'm barely here at all. I wanna meet you at a slow dance. I wanna meet you, but it's too soon. I wanna meet you, but I can't speak. Or dead across the room. I wanna meet you at a slow dance. I wanna meet you, but it's too soon. I wanna meet you, but I can't speak. Or dead across the room, but I am trying so hard to meet you where you are. I wanna meet you at a slow dance. I wanna meet you, but it's too soon. I wanna meet you, but I can't speak. Or dead across the room. I wanna meet you at a slow dance. I wanna meet you, but it's too soon. I wanna meet you, but I can't speak. Or dead across the room, but I am trying so hard. Faster and faster, dear. It's like we're moving backwards in your rearview mirror. The road eaten up by the snow, eaten up. I can feel, I know you feel it too. A little flicker on the path we steer of subtle flashing lights. We'll go faster and faster. This time my mind, it won't forget. This time my mind, we're not there yet. This time it goes faster and faster. This time my mind, it won't forget. This time my mind, we're not there yet. This time it goes faster and faster. Faster and faster, dear. The road's still moving backwards. Now it looks so clear. The snow eaten up by the road, eaten up by. I can still recall the twists and turns, but it feels so straight ahead, a little farther till the end. We'll go faster and faster. This time my mind, it won't forget. This time my mind, we're not there yet. This time it goes faster and faster. This time my mind, it won't forget. This time my mind, we're not there yet. This time it goes faster and faster. This time my mind, it won't forget. This time my mind, we're not there yet. This time my mind, it won't forget. This time it goes faster. This time my mind, it won't forget. This time my mind, we're not there yet. This time my mind, it won't forget. This time it goes faster and faster.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Zealous Racing League Season 15 of the Galaxy Tour. My name is Shim. I'm going to be your host tonight for our Round 4 race here at Spa Francorchamps. I'm just going to say Spa because I don't want to say Francorchamps for the rest of the night. We're here at the beautiful Spa, just a couple weeks after Formula One has made their debut here on the track for this year, with a quite spectacular race, I should say. A lot of turmoil for the Mercedes team there. Hopefully we won't see any turmoil for our drivers tonight as they tackle a 60-minute race here at Spa. Now, this race will be a bit unique in that we have a reverse championship grid order race tonight. So within each class, it will be a reverse grid. So the pros will all be reversed. The silvers will then all be reversed within their own, and then the rookies will be reversed in that grouping as well. So it should be a very interesting race tonight. Just to go over the standings real quick before I get to a wonderful question that I can't wait to get into from our very own Lenny Dijkstra in the chat. I can't wait to answer that question. But first, let's go into the championship order. In our gold class, we've got Christopher Larson currently in the pits right now because he doesn't really need to set any fast laps or prove anything tonight. He's got a 30-point lead to Skylar Loverink, who unfortunately may not be able to make it to tonight's race due to some internet connectivity issues, which is a huge bummer. Skylar had a bit of a disappointing round one of the season, but he's been doing so well, neck and neck with Larson all season long. So real big bummer that we won't be seeing him out on the track tonight, most likely. But who knows? Things could change. Then we've got Jonathan Clifford out there. He's currently sitting P3 in the championship. He's only 5 points behind Loverink right now. And if Loverink misses this race, it's going to be a very difficult, very interesting, last couple races for Loverink. Then we have Pierre-Alexandre Lacoste. We've got Wolf, Dubé, Mosley, Plourde, Easton, St. Sonors, Steve Sonors, Reed, Lloyd, and Belanger to round out the gold division. In our silver division, we've got Kaylor Nicholson, who's actually leading our championship after a doubleheader win last week last race at Mount Panorama. So he will come away. He comes away in the lead by 14 points to Dale Rodman Jr., who's been mega consistent all season long. Dale in the Lamborghini tonight seems to be a little bit off the pace from what I can tell, but that doesn't normally stop him. And given that it's a reverse championship grid order, he's going to have to work his way safely up through the pack anyway, and if anyone can do it, I think Dale can. Behind him, we've got Jeff Collins, Chase Gordon, Sean Collis, Matt Lung, Carl Maurer, Glenn Pinio, Flores, Debeau, who did indeed get a promotion from the rookie division to the silver division due to the good performance last time out. Then we've got Landry and Bartlett, who will round out the silver division. And then the rookie division, where there's some really great battles going on currently. Augustine Detmeyer holds a pretty commanding lead of the championship. Let's see if we can find him here. He's currently sitting in the pits, and I'm clicking the wrong buttons here. Let me make sure I can get this up here. But we have Martin Mugarian, if I can find where he is. He's also in the pits right now. Mugarian currently sitting in P2. Behind him is Rodney Easterling, And actually, a really cool thing that's just happened here. Loverink is in the chat, so awesome to see. The internet issues have been sorted out, we hope, and he will be racing tonight. But back to our rookie division. Louis Sands is next. He is not on track either. Shane Swearingen. Then we've got Dustin Reed. There's a driver who's actually on track right now. Dustin Reed, Adam Lynch, Steve Young, Harrison Hirth, Andy Bartwick, Kevin Attenbury, and Scott Quinn, who will round out our rookie division. We've got 29 drivers in the server so far, and so should make for a very interesting night tonight. Like I said, it's a 1 hour race here at Spa. No mandatory pit stops for our drivers, and it's reverse championship grid order within each class. So a lot of variables in play tonight. It's going to be a really interesting one. Our drivers are not going to be making pit stops. They're going to be getting that full fuel load out there and going until the end if they can, unless they get some major damage, which then they may need to get some pit stop action in there. But if you can avoid doing a pit stop here on this track, it is a very, very long pit, not only entry to get to your box, it's just a long pits because you have to go through the Formula 1 pits and the GT pits to make your pit stop. So you have to go through the whole hairpin section, and it makes it one of the longest pits, I believe, in the game. I think it is the longest pits in the game, if I'm not mistaken. So, but since we've got 10 minutes left and there is no qualifying, I figure it's a great time to answer a wonderful question. A wonderful question from Lenny Dijkstra. Hey Shim, Good Kid is the ZRL band, but why? Favorite band with the Canadian favorite with that U in there. So let's peel back the layer. Let's peel back the curtain a little bit into young Shim and do a little bit of a story time. So back in 2017, a wee little baby Shim was in his first ever internship in the big city. And Shim was listening to music, as he does when he works, because listening to music is great when you work. And he was sitting there in the big city, listening to music, and what comes on his Spotify playlist, if nothing but Nomu by a band called Good Kid. And now, I'm a connoisseur of the animes, and I know Nomu is a type of phrase from anime that I had seen. I believe there was even a Nomu creature in My Hero Academia, a creature called Nomu, and I was like, yes, I am cultured. I like the anime, and so instantly caught my attention. I listened to the song, fell in love with it. Went to see if they had any more music. They had 3 songs total. They had Nomu, Atlas, and Witches. Those were their first 3 songs. They came out as singles one year after another. And I loved every single one of their songs. Everyone had this vibe that was so... I'm going to use a non-technical term here. It was so dope. I loved it. It's fast-paced. It's that indie rock, fast-paced indie rock vibe. Got a little Japanese rock vibe in there. I didn't know it at the time, but I love that. And as the years went on, I continued to listen to all their new songs. I continued to try to spread the love of Good Kid, and they just became my favorite band. I absolutely love every single song that they've released. There are some songs I do like more than others. There's some songs that I don't like as much as others. But I like all of them to a certain level that they would all be, within my top 100 favorite songs probably ever. I think each one of them. So, So yeah, I think their quality of music is just like incredible. I've been able to go to 2 of their concerts live and actually meet them and talk to them, and they're really great, down to earth. They're vibing, they're having a good time. Super chill guys. Absolutely, absolutely love them. And so yeah, the reason that's, I guess, the number one reason that they are a Canadian band. They are from Toronto. So all of our Canadian friends, let's represent a little bit there. But yeah, they just have a great vibe. I love their music. Um, I I use them during my streams, my personal streams, because I just really, really love the music. Um, and I use them here as well because I think they have a really good vibe for an intro and outro music, and all of their music is DMCA free. They allow uh, they allow people to use their music for streaming and different things like that. So I don't have to worry about that. They're always very vocal about allowing people to utilize their music for streaming and all that kind of stuff. So just a great little model there, and really, yeah, just really love them. Really, really like them. So there you go. Story time with Shim. Ah, yes, and Dale over here with the almighty, almighty wisdom. Wow, so eloquent with his wording here. Uh, Dale really showing all that class, you know, all the class that his bald head can contain. All they're synthesized into his comment. So we're having fun. We're having fun here. Looking at our driver lineups, though, actually, interestingly enough, Clifford has been able to get the fastest lap by just a couple hundredths of a second. And somebody up there that I think is really impressive. What a lap from Carlos Flores. I know that guy is fast, but that may be the best lap he's ever done, like in comparison with the rest of the field. That's an amazing lap. Amazing lap from Flores. I know he's good. I've raced against Flores for a long time now. So it's really cool to see him up there. I'm rooting for Flores tonight, personally, in that semi-pro category. All right, and now we have 3 minutes 40 seconds left in our free practice. We'll go straight into the race. So we're really close to just getting straight into the race since we're already having, since the order is already set. This is just for the drivers to have practice. We already know what the order will be. I mean, I'm not going to do the math and put that together, but we'll find out the order in just a moment here. But this will be the perfect time for me to say thank you, all of you, for joining and for supporting Zealous Racing League. If you like what we're doing here, be sure to give us a like and subscribe. It does go a long way to show your support. And if you're interested in more sim racing content, be sure to join our Discord, where we have all the latest news on new ACC leagues, as well as some other unique opportunities that will be arriving here shortly. And that's going to give me time to have a shameless plug for my WRC league that's starting next week. If you like rally racing, come on by to Zealous Racing League for our Rally Club events. Rally Club's been dormant for a little bit now. I'm bringing it back, baby. If you have EA Sports WRC, we've got a club. Links are posted in the Discord. Be sure to join in and join the club, join the league. We're going to be having a lot of fun, I think, um, moving forward in the Rally Club, doing little events here and there, little seasons. I'd like to continue on with the rally seasons. So if you're looking to race with us, if you're a member and you're looking to get into some rally racing, be sure to join in if you're able. There are some other ideas. I've been working with Larson to maybe brainstorm some ideas for the rally club. Um, and so stay tuned for maybe some more new news when it comes to rally racing with ZRL in the next couple days. Yeah, should be a lot of fun. And I'm a huge proponent of rally racing to not only just have a good time, but also I believe rally racing is a great way to improve some of your driving abilities when it comes to your track racing. It's more of the innate abilities or the subconscious abilities when it comes to driving, being quick to respond to different situations, feeling how the car moves into different corners and things like that. I have a video on my YouTube channel. Again, that's maybe a little bit. That's maybe a too shameless of a plug. But I think you'll find a lot of people out there that say rally is good for just learning car control and just getting a better grasp with car dynamics and car physics and how a car should feel when you're ripping it through some turns. All right, the practice session is officially over. We've got these last two boys out on track here, Mr. Pinio and Mr. Lung, out there on track right now, finishing up what they have going on before we go straight into the race. How's everyone doing tonight? I hope you all are doing mighty fine. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm excited for this race. A lot of crazy things have been happening in Formula One and been on a racing fix. I mean, I'm always on a racing fix, but yeah, it's just been a really good couple weeks for racing, I feel like. So anyway, let's get into the starting grid. Starting for our pro class, it's going to be Belanger on pole with Matthew Reed behind him. Steve Senours, Mosley, Dubé, Lacoste, Clifford, Loverink, and last but definitely not least is our friend Christopher Larson. Behind him is Travis Bartlett. Good to see Travis there out on track, home now from his time at work, and he's ready to lay down some rubber here at Spa in the BMW. Behind him, we've got Christian Landry. We've got Patrick Debeau. We've got Flores, Pinio, Maurer, Lung, Collis, Gordon, Rodman, and last again, but definitely not least, we've got Kaylor Nicholson. Behind him, we have our rookie class led by Attenbury, Bartwick, Hirth, Young, Lynch, Dustin Reed, Louis Sands, Mugarian, and Augustine Detmeyer, rounding out our order. There you have it, folks. That's the starting order for tonight's race. And by the looks of it, our drivers will have a full formation lap to get the tires up to temperature. Quite interesting, if I don't say so myself. It's going to give them, this is a long lap. It's going to give them a lot of time to get that car, those temperatures of those tires up to speed. We've got one of our cars there. I think that's maybe Dubé, or actually no, that's Lacoste, I believe. That's glitching in and out, if I'm not mistaken. Is that Lacoste? Actually, that could be Clifford. It's actually Clifford who's glitching in and out from start uh, from start to the pits. Got some love out there for a Debo starting near the front of the semi-pro class. He's going to hope to capitalize on that placement. All right, we've got just a few seconds before we get into the full formation lap. Just check, make sure. Looks like everyone has been able to hit the start button there. And we'll follow. We haven't been able to follow anyone for a fast lap here, so we'll just follow our friend Belanger here on the formation lap as he goes up Eau Rouge Radillon complex there. One of the most famous corners or corner complexes in all of racing. Incredibly famous. Very tricky to do, but you can go fairly flat out in these cars if you have the setup just right. I was able to run a few laps in the BMW on this track with a setup that I was able to tweak a little bit, and it was fairly successful, I would say, at getting a fairly flat flat out Eau Rouge and Radillon. Then you go down the large straight there. I can't remember exactly what it's called. I'm going to have to look it up because I'm terrible. And then you go into turns. Let me make sure I can get my counts right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turns 5, 6, 7, which is the little chicane kind of S complex where you go right to left, back to right, down the hill into the hairpin, which is a right-handed hairpin, a bit off camber there. Then you go quick left again down to the fast middle sector here, or the more, sorry, I should say more down force focus middle sector here. That you can see the drivers driving through right now. You really want to try and get the car rotated early going into that turn that Belanger just came out of, so you can go flat down to the next little S section here. Braking, you're going to brake about at where the curbing starts on that left side. Just looking to maintain as much speed as you can through the S's. You can take a good bit of curbing here. Just want to make sure that the car stays straight, because it will be kind of slippery sometimes, especially when your tires start to go. Into the right-hander here, you want to be dipping your toes all the way over into the left there, into the curbing. And then you want to try to rotate the car early to go flat down the last little straight section. It's not actually straight here, but you could take this, for the most part, flat out in many cars. I'm going to get a map up here and make sure I can actually get to the corner and straight names correctly. This is Blanchemont coming up here, this kink. This is where drivers may have to do a little bit of lifting just in order to not go wide into Blanchemont there, or on the exit of Blanchemont. Then you go a little, there's just a little bit more of a straight here, heading into the bus stop chicane. Now this is a little tricky section here. You want to try and be as brave as you can, and it's tough to maintain speed here, but you got to do what you can. And now our drivers are lining up. Let's get the helicam up and running here as we get a good view of our drivers lined up 2 by 2. Coming down what normally is the start-finish straight, but interestingly enough here at Spa, you actually start the race going down the little second straight here. And on the driver's right currently is where the F1 pit box is. As they take the hairpin, now they'll get to the start of the GT pit boxes here. And this is where you actually start the race for these races here at Spa Francorchamps in the GT cars. Just because it's slightly longer, gives more opportunity to line up. And we are green. There it is. Green flag here at Spa for 60 minutes of racing. Side by side goes Belanger. Reed gets a great run on him as they go up Eau Rouge Radillon. Everything stays clean so far. Let's go back through the rest. We've got some drivers off, but it looks like everything is clean so far. Maybe a little bit of contact here and there. Reed taking the lead of the race early on there on the first couple turns. And as they come into Les Combes, I'm just going to be butchering these French pronunciations. These pronunciations are going to be the death of me tonight. But Reed leads to Belanger, and then Steve St. Ors is right behind. Christopher Larson has been able to make up a place here against Lacoste. Somebody is dropping down the order here. Looks like Skylar Loverink has been dropping down the order. Dustin Reed is in the pits as well. We'll have to take a look at what happened there. I don't see anything with the number 52 car. I do see a little bit of a yellow flag early on. Matthew Reed still leading. We'll let this lap go all the way through here, though, as our drivers come down the track. They'll be heading back down towards Blanchemont. BMWs are looking mighty strong here tonight at Spa Francorchamps. We've got Reed and Belanger both leading the way, and I know that they started there in the lead, but looking awfully good in terms of pace. Larson also in a BMW this season. Attenbury has made up some places. Matt Young's fallen down. That's a Ferrari, who I believe that's the Ferrari of Nick Mosley, if I'm not mistaken. Or actually, no, that's the Ferrari of St. Ors, who's dropped back. Christian Dubé looking for an opportunity inside on turn 1, and I think he may just have it if he can get on the gas nice and quick there in that Porsche. A good traction on corner exit there, but they will go side by side down to Eau Rouge and Radillon. And it looks like St. Ors is just going to be a bit smart there. Dubé does go a little bit tight there, and that's probably going to be a track limits violation warning, though, as they go 3 wide down the Kimball Straight here. That's St. Ors. Clifford comes in the middle there in the Lamborghini, splitting Dubé and St. Ors. As they go side by side, Dubé will be the loser there, biggest loser, but then Clifford goes ahead of St. Ors there. Now back to the battle between St. Ors and Dubé. Lacoste losing another place to Larson there. Larson seems to still be battling it out. He's on the tail of Dubé now. We've got lots of battles here in the front. Larson on the heels of Dubé, looking for an opportunity. We've got Patrick DeBow here on Travis Bartlett, though. Lacoste is right in front of him. They're holding with this group ahead, currently sitting P2. A close pack here for our drivers. Dubé gets overtaken just above, just in front of us there. And Larson will move into P6 overall, moving up in that pack. Patrick looking on the outside, going into the S's here. Just going to have to file in. Not a ton of opportunities to go side by side in here. You're really not going to get the traction or the run that you want to have in order to make any moves here. So you just kind of have to file in and do the best you can. Maybe opportunities to make some moves in the bus stop, but actually, DeBoe's going to have to go on the defensive here against Christian Landry in the Ferrari, right in the slipstream, coming down towards Blanchimont. They go. Looking for an opportunity here, and it looks like Landry might just go a little bit wide there. Has to compromise some of his speed. Not going to be able to make a move in the bus stop chicane. They'll file in and try to just keep it safe there. Matthew Reed with the fastest lap of the race. We do have some accidents further back in the pack. Lacoste and Larson seem to have a little bit of contact earlier on. Carlos Flores has dropped back quite a bit, I believe. Flores now in the train. Hasn't been able to make up too many positions here. Loverink moving back up. He's back on track after the early lap 1 troubles and struggles. Detmir is in the pits. That's not boding well for the championship leader in the rookie class. Currently, Kevin Attenbury leads the rookie class, and he goes wide up through Radion there. He's still leading his division though, so doesn't have to worry too much. He's currently got, let's check the gaps here. He's currently got a 3-second gap, or actually, sorry, let me get a better view here. He's currently got a 4-second gap, or it looks like, to the driver behind. Let's go back up to some battles here. Landry on Dubois still hasn't been able to make the move. Battles throughout all of the classes here. While everyone's kind of settling in here, let's go back and see some of these lap 1 incidences if we can. First, we've got an incident between 99, the 99 of Glenn Pinio, and the number 80 car of Matt Lung. Let's take a quick look at what happened here. This is Pinio's point of view here as they're in Les Combes. Looks like a little bit of content. They go wide, and they just seem to tap each other a little bit there. Oh, no. There's nowhere that Pinio could have gone. Just maybe a little bit of clip, or they both got sideways. I don't know if they made contact or not. I would assume they made just slight contact, and that just unsettled them. In a very tricky section, easy to get your car a little bit loose there, as the camber just isn't really, it's a little bit off camber. Next, we've got some contact between Gordon and Carlos Flores. That was a little bit later on there. Let's take a little look at this. This is Chase Gordon's view with Carlos Flores right ahead. And this is as they go to the bus stop chicane. It looks like it may just be an just over-braking moment here, as Chase Gordon looks on the inside and sends Flores just a little bit sideways. Does do the nice gentlemanly move though, and sets him straight. As night is now falling, the drivers turn on their lights, and we are getting close to a full night race here at Spa Francorchamps. So many close battles here throughout the race. This is, I believe, the first time that we've ever done something like this in particular, where we have each class individually having the reverse grid. I think that what this does is it still gives that really close racing that we're looking for with doing a reverse grid, but you know, rookies compared to the pro class, there's going to be a skill difference there, and it's actually probably more of a detriment to a lot of drivers to have the rookies starting way at the front of the pack. So this at least keeps the rookies all together and it reverses them in the back of the grid. It keeps the silvers reversed, keeps everyone reversed, gives you that battle, but means that there might be just a little bit of chance for less carnage throughout the course of the race. Rodman and Nicholson do move ahead of Sean Collis here, making short work as Dale Rodman just holding to the rear end of Kaylor Nicholson as they move through the pack. Currently they are sitting P14 and 13. That sets them I believe that's P5 and P6 in class. So they're going to hope to gain a few more positions as Collis, Flores, and Maurer are all trailing in behind him. But we have 3 wide, it looks like, here going towards Eau Rouge. This is DeBow, who's just slightly ahead. Nobody wants to... Ooh, I think there was just a little bit of contact there. Oh, as we have a driver go wide. And I can't see who that is. That's actually Christian Landry. I think there was maybe a little contact there, but they tried to go too wide through Eau Rouge and Radion. Chase Gordon and Christian Landry will lose some time for that. DeBow will be able to to live another day here in P2 of that class. Travis Bartlett, he is currently, with all the battles and squabbles, he's currently sitting, looks like, a second and a half ahead of DeBow, closer to 2 seconds now in the more technical part of the track. Giving him just an opportunity to breathe here. And you know, if DeBow and Gordon and Landry can keep fighting here, which they might, this might give Bartlett an excellent opportunity to just maintain his position here and maybe get his first win in the semi-pro class. Sure, he did start at the front for this race, but the only reason he really started at the front is because he has to sadly miss so many races because of his job schedule. Just doesn't allow him to sim race regularly. So it's really great to see him back. I love to see Travis back on track, and let's hope for a good performance from him tonight. Another driver we're hoping for a good performance from is Carlos Flores after a great qualifying session. Did have some contact there with Chase Gordon. He's just working his way back up through the pack right now. That's Sean Collis in front of him. He's going to be looking to make a move. Reed actually has fallen back. Looks like there may have been a yellow flag incident with Reed. You know, I see some fastest laps. He may have just gotten overtaken in his BMW, because now Christopher Larson and Jonathan Clifford have moved ahead of Reed. Belanger retakes the lead. Totally missed that there. Looking at all of these other battles, but now as the race continues on, we're about 12 minutes into the race, we're starting to see the gaps form. All right. Matthew Reed now has Skylar Loverink right on his tail. Through that off-camber hairpin they go. Reed just doing the best he can to hold him off. Loverink does look on the inside a little bit there, but it's not really the place to try and to make a pass, so he'll just try for another day through Pouan. Now looking at Steve St. Ors, who's right behind. This little squabble here. I wonder. Yep, you can see ahead of him Skylar Loverink looking to make the move there, and that was quite the move indeed. I believe. Actually, no, that was Steve St. Ors. Is that Steve St. Ors? I can't get any of these cars straight. I'm not gonna lie. Let's actually see where Loverink is on track currently. Okay, he is in the pack there. He's just a lap down. So that would make a lot of sense. Larson makes the move on Nick Mosley as they go up through Radion. Nick Mosley with a bit of a mistake there. Actually, it looks like there was an accident. The 451 of Andrew Barwick makes a bit of a mistake there, but I don't think that's what that was. Number 5 car makes a mistake. Is that Dustin Reed through Les Combs? No, it just seems like there may have been a bit of an issue there. Chase Gordon now moving ahead of Bartlett for the lead of the semi-pro class here. We've got quite the squabble here. All of the drivers close together. Oh, Landry and I believe that's Flores making contact there. And indeed, no, that's not Flores. That's Kaylor Nicholson making contact with Landry there. That may be something that the stewards are going to have to look into later. Patrick DeBow seems to have a drive-through penalty. Unfortunate for him, did have to go through the pits for that. Drive-through most likely was a track limits violation. There's now Belanger battling off Clifford. Through the bus stop chicane they go. Larson right there behind. Lacoste moves up on Dubé there. Dubé dropping back. Seems to have been having an issue. Now we've got Flores, having moved his way up the field, is now in P3 in class. Behind him, he's got Kaylor Nicholson. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Bartlett is going to love that. Flores, I think that's a lapped car or something. Just didn't get out of the way. Thought he was going to get out of the way. I'm not really sure what was happening there. St. Ors now with overtaking Matthew Reed into Les Combs. St. Ors having a nice race so far, P4. Clifford now still looking for an opportunity. Steve St. Ors losing a place to Matthew Reed there, and will lose the place to Skylar Loverink, who is the lapped car there. We do have Dubé into the pits. Looks like there may have been either a drive, maybe a penalty, or possibly even some damage on his car after a bit of an accident. Kaylor Nicholson has now moved into 4th place overall in the semi-pro category, but they're losing time to Flores, Bartlett, and Gordon out in front. Gordon now sitting awfully close to Lacoste, I believe that actually is. Indeed, that is Lacoste that he is sitting close to. So Gordon doing an excellent job of maintaining and building that gap in the semi-pro category. Travis Bartlett still has 2nd place, sitting very well there. Just has to make sure that he's not getting into any trouble there. Looks like the 29 car having some issues there. yellow flag for the 29 car and an incident between the 29 and 69 cars. That's St. Ors and Matthew Reed coming towards the bus stop chicane there. Reed looking on the inside, breaks, or actually that's Skylar Loverink. Oh, interesting. Almost didn't see him there. That was an odd little occurrence into the bus stop chicane there. They'll be on their way. Matthew Reed looking to gain some of that lost time there. Now St. Ors is 10 seconds back from Larson. Larson making the move in the hairpin, but won't be able to make it stick. Let's stick with this little battle here for the lead of this race. Clifford in a tough spot here. He's chasing, which is generally the easier part here, but he's also got to defend from a Larson behind. A tricky task indeed. Larson, one of the best defenders and attackers in the league. Just a ton of skill behind the wheel from him. Look for an opportunity to go side by side into the S's, but not going to be able to make that work. And actually, Clifford has a really great little S section there. Christian Landry here side by side with Sean Collis. He will go on to the inside. They'll go too wide through Pouan, and Landry will get that position there. After some contact, he's moved his way back up into P7 in class. Lacoste, Gordon behind. Now this is an interesting situation for. Interesting. Little bit of an incident there. Belanger has a bit of an accident. Now we got to take a look at what happens there for sure. This is for the lead of the race, mind you, as they go down towards Pouan. We'll take the first kink. Side by side they go. Oh, gets wild there. Goes wide. Tries to stay on track there, and that was his detriment there. He ends up going off track again into the bus stop, just trying to hold on to that position. There was no contact shown between him and the 999 car, but that is unfortunate to see. Now, Lacoste is in an interesting situation here because he doesn't need to battle Gordon here. Gordon doesn't need to battle Lacoste, but they will go side by side into Lacombe's. Gordon will not be able to make that move. Bartlett now under pressure from Flores. Let's go back to that battle here. And behind Flores is Kaylor Nicholson. But Gordon's in an interesting position. He doesn't need to overtake anyone to maintain the lead of the semi-pro class. But giving himself a buffer of Lacoste could help him later down the line. Let's say he starts to lose some pace later into this race. We'll just have to see how the cookie crumbles. Now Flores with Nicholson behind. Similar situation as Clifford was in earlier. Nicholson looking for an opportunity. Not going to be able to make anything stick there. Looking down in our rookie class, Adam Lynch is leading. Barwick and Attenbury into the pits currently. Detmeyer is back out on track, getting up to speed. Jonathan Clifford now defending Christopher Larson for the lead of the race. A lapped car is right in front of him. Gonna have to look for an opportunity. Kaylor Nicholson looking now to make a move on Carlos Flores as they go to the bus stop chicane. Jonathan Clifford still defending from Larson. Ooh, and we do have some contact, it looks like. We do have some contact. JP Belanger moves back up into moves back up into the second place position here. That's contact between Larson and a back runner, Steve Young. Let's take a look at what happened there into the hairpin, turn one. So now here we have Clifford and Larson here catching the back marker. Oh, and that is so unfortunate for Larson. Nothing he could have done there. Larson did nothing wrong. Young just missed the corner and tried to rejoin unsafely, and that's going to be a penalty for him. I hate to say it. Now Larson's got the tricky task of catching back up to a pack of drivers who's been awfully competitive for this whole race. Dale Rodman Jr. now, he's got some pressure from Maurer and Landry behind. Both Maurer and Landry, now if I look at this correctly, if I see the manufacturer, I think both of these are Ferraris and they're both red, so it's making it a little difficult in this dark environment to try and see exactly who is who there, but we can still see Maurer ahead of Landry there. Rodman leading these two. Nicholson awfully close to Flores now. And I like this little section here because we can actually see the manufacturers at play here currently. We've got Bartlett still holding second place in class. Flores right behind as they come down towards the bus stop chicane, back towards the start-finish straight. Louis Sands coming across the line there, heading by some drivers who are in the pits. Travis Bartlett doing a great job of holding his position and defending from Flores as they come into the bus stop chicane here. Flores does get a little bit of a better entry there. Now, oh, interesting there. That's Maurer looking for the move on Dale Rodman, and he will get it done. But Rodman's got a better launch and the inside line going down to the hairpin. And let's see if he can hold it. And it looks like, oh, Landry was going to try to make a move in there too, but it wasn't going to work. And Rodman with some excellent racecraft there. That is textbook defending from Dale Rodman Jr. right there in the Lamborghini. And you can see he just gave up the position almost a little bit there in the bus stop chicane. He knows that Maurer's maybe got some pace on him behind him, but he was able to get the better exit out of the chicane and give him that inside line going into the hairpin. And might be a little bit futile now as Maurer does overtake Rodman going into Lacombe. But what an excellent little bit of defending from Rodman. And now he's just gotta hold on there, look for an opportunity. Maybe Rodman can fight back. Maybe Rodman's just doing some tire saving at this point, just to try and maintain the tires for later in the race, because we are reaching halfway through the race, and Larson is doing his best to get back up into contention with Clifford and Belanger. He is gaining some time on Clifford ahead. It's just slow going time to Clifford and Belanger, ahead. Back to Chase Gordon leading the semi-pro class, but in a battle with Lacoste here, who's in the pro class. One bad thing about manufacturers is you can't see the class of car as they are racing on track. So now you can see it a lot better here. Gordon in that semi-pro category. Now Larson has gained a ton of time in that last lap without a driver in front of him. Larson is really doing a good job of getting back into contention here. Still a lot of race. Larson is about a second and a half quicker than the cars in front of him, so probably didn't pick up too much damage from that unsafe rejoin and that collision with Steve Young, but nonetheless, did put him back quite a ways. He's going to have to fight back for those positions. Been an excellent race so far for our drivers. Maurer now still under attack from Dale Rodman Jr. Now, Rodman did get overtaken here, and he has a little bit of a poor line into Lacombe's there, but Rodman's doing an excellent job of sticking with Kyle Maurer here. May not have the pace in the Lamborghini that he would hope for. Looks like that Ferrari's a little bit stronger than he is tonight, but Rodman is really the king of consistency. When it comes to consistency, I don't think there's any driver out there who has it better than Rodman. So he's going to hope to hold on. We've got Taylor Jones, a subscriber. Thank you for subscribing to ZRL. And indeed, Adam Lynch here in the rookie class is leading the rookie class. I believe this is his first opportunity to lead the race. He's just got to keep it clean at this point. He's got 16 seconds to the driver behind. I think that's 27 seconds to the driver behind. Driver behind him then is the next driver he's got to worry about, and that's Kevin Attenbury. He's 54 seconds behind Dubé. So he's got over a minute of time between him and Attenbury behind, who's his closest rival. Attenbury has not been running great laps. Detmeyer, he's been running some good laps behind Attenbury, but Detmeyer is even 10 seconds behind Attenbury, and he's going to have to go through some drivers in order to get that position. And so Detmeyer, even though he's maybe a second and a half faster than Lynch right now, I don't believe there's enough laps left in this race for Detmeyer to be able to take that position. We've got some excellent little racing here. Rodman looking to make a move. They go 3 wide now. Or actually, it's more going to be like 2 wide. Having some excellent little battles here between Landry, Rodman, and Maurer. Landry actually takes the lead of this little pack here now as they come up through Eau Rouge and Radion. And they get a little bit squirrely, but Rodman's got an excellent launch down the Kemmel Straight here. And that should give him a good opportunity to possibly get ahead of Landry here. Is he going to do it for good? And he will just close it off. Goes a little bit deep, but that's okay because he can now close out that inside line going into the left-hander and just now set his car into the middle of the track and maintain that position. Again, consistency is key, and under pressure, Rodman is showing it. Chase Gordon still battling it out with Lacoste here. And as good as this battle is, a real battle back here, Nicholson and Flores. Now this is for P3. This is a podium position battle here between Nicholson and Flores. Bartlett is in there as well. Bartlett is holding off these 2 drivers. And actually, the battle between Nicholson and Flores is probably what's helping Bartlett so much here. Bartlett, looking at his pace, doesn't have the same levels of pace as the drivers behind, but he is just able to maintain the position because of these drivers squabbling behind. Go back to Landry now. Looking to make a move on our friend, and he goes wide at Blanchimont there. Into the bus stop chicane they go. Doesn't even look like Rodman tried to do any defending there. I don't think he really has to do any defending because now he's in the same situation that Bartlett is, where Landry and Maurer behind. They're squabbling for a position. Sean Collis is even getting in the picture there in the McLaren right behind those 2. Heading down to Eau Rouge and Radion they go. Oh, and that's Maurer losing the car up on the top of Radion there. Hits the barrier. That's going to be a lot of damage. That was a hard and heavy hit of his Ferrari, and he does opt to go back to the pits there. I think he destroyed his car, sadly, with that little move there. That was a enormous hit on the wall. It's a good thing that this isn't real life racing, because that would hurt in real life. That would destroy a car and probably break some bones. So really glad that no one's actually getting hurt with these tonight. But Rodman now has one less person to worry about, which actually might not be a good thing for him, because Landry now doesn't really have to worry as much. Collis is still just out of range where he should really be worried. So Landry is now just focused on Rodman ahead. Kaylor Nicholson has made the move on Carlos Flores. He's made the move on Carlos Flores, and now looking, now looking for an opportunity on Bartlett. He's got so much more speed as they go through Blanchemont there, but Travis just holding his line. And good chicane there for Travis. Larson hasn't been able to gain too much time on Clifford ahead. Awesome to see the headlights just up through the mountain section here, or through the hill. Up on top of the hill they go. Nicholson looking for a move on Travis. Nicholson not able to make it. Goes off track there. Now side by side with Flores again. Flores looking for an opportunity. Flores on the inside line going down the hill. Tricky section to go too wide in, and almost a little bit of contact, I think, there between the BMW and the McLaren. "23 minutes, 20 seconds left in this race. And it's getting awfully, awfully close between some of our drivers here. Maurer back out on track. Good to see him coming back and trying to just see what he can do, as they have a lapped car, it looks like, go off the track there. We see a little bit of drivers going wide. Tricky little part there. Tricky little section there. To have cars go side by side. Oh, and Bartlett actually goes wide into the bus stop chicane there. He was still ahead going into it. He just missed his braking zone. He is able to rejoin fairly safely there. So that's good for him. Let's move back to Rodman and Landry. Looks like some good battles between these two still. Now Lacoste is actually close. Looks like to Matthew Reed ahead, and that means Chase Gordon has moved his way all the way up there, battling it out with these two. So Lacoste is going to be looking for a move on Matthew Reed anytime now. Now these two, I believe, have already collided once tonight. Not a great section of the track to try and make any moves, but I find it surprising that none of these tracks have lighting around the track. I believe Spa has lighting throughout the whole track area. Maybe not the whole track area, but a lot of these places, I believe, have lighting around the track. Correct me if I'm wrong. Kaylor Nicholson has moved ahead now of Travis Barlett. Missed that, sadly. But now Flores looking for a move on Barlett. Now this is for that podium position here. Travis is really, really going to want to try and maintain this. Already an excellent drive from him so far. Flores, though, was absolutely rapid in the free practice session. Best lap of the race is a full half a second faster than Kaylor Nicholson. Just hasn't been able to run any clean laps with all of the traffic and battling that he's had to do. Flores, looking at his pace, actually has the pace to go toe-to-toe with Chase Gordon right now. But because he's gotten bogged down for so much of the race, hasn't been able to make any moves, he's ended up stuck here in P4. Barlett just still having a masterclass of defending here, doing the best he can. Definitely outmatched when it comes to Flores, but he's got that fighting spirit in him, and he's doing an excellent job holding him up. Another thing that's happened since we last talked, Rodman now out on his own. Landry has made a mistake. I believe Landry has too many off-track penalties because he's currently in the pits coming back out. I'm going to guess he's got a drive-through penalty for off-track excursions. So that'll give our friend Rodman some breathing room. Maybe he can go gain a few more positions here. Flores looking for opportunities. Now 18 minutes left. Christopher Larson is now within a second of Belanger as they go down the Kimmel Straight. Belanger is in an excellent position right now. 16 seconds back from these two drivers to Matthew Reed. Almost guarantees a podium unless there's a major mistake made by our good friend JP. As they head through Pouon there, lapped car just heads off the track as to not cause any major issues. Larson deep on the brakes there, almost going side by side through this S section here, and now he has eked his way ahead, or side by side I should say, from JP, and put his nose in there, let him know that he's there. And now down towards Blanchemont and the bus stop. Larson's got the pace. He's just got to be patient here, which is difficult to do with so little time left. Belanger planting his car where it needs to be. A little bit of rubbing there. No harm done, though. That was just hard racing. A little bit of contact. It's all good. And JP will give no quarter. So Larson's going to have to fight for this one as long and as hard as he can. Actually, he doesn't want to go too long with this battle here. Larson would have preferred to get it done one quick fell swoop. Outside Larson goes. Oh, that's some close racing between Belanger and Larson here. Larson gets a good run down the hill. But Belanger is just going to hold. They do have a little bit more contact. That's fine. Just a little bit of rubbing doors there. Side by side they go. Oh, and it has to run him a little bit wide there, but Larson will make that move. I think that's fairly clean. I think that's fair. And now Belanger does go wide down the double left-hander. And that'll give Larson the breathing room he needs. Some incredibly close racing there. Contact, physical sport racing right there. It was like I was watching a rugby match on the Olympics. Getting into a bit of a scrum there. But Larson will come out on top. Faster driver of the two, too. So it's just a matter of time if Belanger could defend. Larson is aggressive himself, so right now it's just maintenance, I think, for Larson. If he can run him down, he's going to try, but with 13 minutes left, I just don't know if there's enough time to make up a 12-second gap, unless Clifford makes a mistake. Lacoste makes a mistake right as I say that, and goes wide through Blanchemont. Still battling with Matthew Reed here, but we'll lose quite a bit of time there, making that mistake going wide through the kink. Patrick Dubois tackling a lapped driver there. Matt Lung with looks like Dubé right behind him. Dubé a lapped car. Lung holding off Dubé well. Dubé just sadly not having the cleanest of races tonight. Looking at... Looks like he did have a drive-through penalty for some off-track excursions. I almost am certain. Actually, looks like he maybe went for a pit stop earlier too, so could have been that he went for a pit stop and sped into the pits. just as equally likely. Larson now has gained a second on Clifford in the last lap, but again, I just don't know if it's enough. Larson running almost a full second faster, but having that contact with the rookie driver really didn't help things. Now, Gordon, Nicholson, Flores, Rodman, that means Bartlett actually had a bit of a mistake. Bartlett dropping back to P12 overall. That's P6 in class. Jonathan Clifford navigating some lap traffic. Looks like some bad connections as well. Belanger moving ahead of some lapped cars. It is true, blue flags might come into play for Clifford, but Larson's going to have to go through the same blue flags. And it's really a toss-up at that point. You know, Clifford is running a full second slower now for sure. Although Larson will be crossing the line here shortly, so we'll see exactly what he did. It's about half a second. Clifford's about half a second slower. But yeah, Larson's going to have to go through the same exact people. And actually, this 52 car really weaving everywhere. The 52 of Skylar Loverink, really poor connection from Loverink here all over the place. That's actually pretty dangerous, and Larson is right behind him. Oh my goodness. You can just see him on the map actually over to the right. He's just going all over the place. I wonder if Loverink is feeling that. Oh, and that's Belanger making a bit of a mistake. Jonathan Clifford has got Loverink like weaving in behind him there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This actually could be bad. I think we actually need to get Loverink off the track. I think he needs to get off of the server because that is dangerous. That is a dangerous driving there. Sean Collis now making a move on a lap driver. Loverink is still out there too, which is I'm all for giving people a shot, but that is incredibly bad performance. And I know he's been having issues with his internet, so it makes sense. It's definitely not his fault. It's the internet, but oh my goodness, that's and you can see it. We're following him right now. It's actually Jonathan Clifford did get hit by him there. Didn't he? I think he did. Oh shoot, I think that was definitely contact due to Loverink's connection there. Oh, that's really bad. 6 seconds now, the gap between. Now, given the past few laps, like that's not enough for Larson, but that's 4 seconds that Larson made back in one lap. And I don't know how bad the contact was. And actually, can I see if there was? There was indeed contact on the list here on my incident report. But, oh, that's not good. It's not good at all. I'm actually gonna message him because this is really bad. And Clifford has lost even more time now. Oh shoot, this could come down to the wire here. It actually could come down to the wire. And yep, he's still going all over the place. I have messaged him. All right. Now Clifford is moving ahead here, but he did lose 2 seconds on that last lap as well. If that does keep up, Larson could still be within that. Larson is right there behind him. That's 5 seconds the gap. If there's another mistake on Clifford's end, he's just got to keep it calm now. He's got, what, maybe 2 more laps? It's this lap and maybe 1 more lap. Checking in on that all there. That's a little bit crazy. Chase Gordon moving ahead of some lapped cars there. Carlos Flores, it looks like he's gotten into the wall. Don't see what for though. He's in the pits. Again, I don't really see what for though. Sean Collis moves ahead. Matt Lung moves ahead. Rodman now is in a podium position in class. We did have, we have Carlos left the game. I don't know what happened there. Just crazy happenings here at the end of this race here. Chase Gordon still leading the semi-pro category. Kaylor Nicholson will be coming in P2 if he can hold it. Behind him is Dale Rodman Jr. There's a healthy gap between Rodman and Nicholson and Chase Gordon there, but Rodman's got a little bit more less of a gap there. It's 5 seconds back to Matt Lung. With his consistency, I think he'll do okay. Don't want to jinx that though. Nicholson and Chase Gordon definitely have the time to lose. Larson now. Chase Gordon was getting into some traffic there. Larson's going to have to go through that now here. We're getting awfully close. This will be the last lap of the race as Clifford and Larson navigate some lapped traffic. Looks like Skylar's still having some issues there out on track. And looks like one of their cars is just going to get out of the way there for Clifford and Larson. Rejoin on the track a little bit later. Don't want to cause any issues. Larson is only 3 seconds behind, and now is stuck behind another lapped car as they come down. A lapped car that doesn't have any lights on. That could be, again, dangerous for Larson if that car makes any mistakes there. Doesn't have any lights on, but we shouldn't have to worry too much about that because now we move through and Clifford will come out as the leader. A bit of a tumultuous end. Larson will get a P2 performance there. Great work from both of them. JP Belanger holding out for a podium position. Excellent job from JP. Kevin Attenbury actually teleports to the pits there. He crosses the finish line. Matthew Reed will now be crossing the finish line here with Lacoste close behind him for P4. P5 will be Lacoste. Gordon will get P1 in class. Kaylor Nicholson now coming to the line, P2. And Dale Rodman Jr. will be P3. A great performance from Adam Lynch tonight. Will get, I believe, his first win in class there with the rookies. That's a P1 performance there. I think he's going to try to do a burnout. Not really working out too well, but he's doing the circles of excitement there. Crashes into the wall a little bit, but a great performance from Adam Lynch there. Awesome to see a new person on the podium. Detmeyer will get second place once he crosses the line, and Mugarian will get P3 when he crosses the line. Which he will do right there. He will get P3. Detmeyer will get P2 in class. So battle continues between Martin Mugarian and Augustine Detmeyer. But that's what we like to see, those close battles here at ZRL. Christian Landry now looks to have made a bit of a mistake there. Slow going back onto the track here. Looks like his car is a little bit wrecked as he tries to limp his way back to the pits without his lights on. Got a few drivers here. Carl Maurer spinning into the bus stop chicane. And Loverink passing as well. Actually, Loverink and Maurer have contact there, and Loverink and Landry have contact as well. So, that's really difficult. Actually, no, they're just yellow flag. That doesn't mean that there's necessarily contact there. But we're going to have to review that and see how we want to handle that, because it was, to no fault of his own, dangerous driving just because of the circumstances. So unfortunate, but really shouldn't be out on the track in those conditions. But I shouldn't let that take away from an excellent drive from our good friend Jonathan Clifford. I think it's been a while since Clifford has gotten a win here at ZRL. And an excellent win at that one here in difficult conditions. But like I said, it's always good to see our drivers, push through those conditions and have some good results. So Jonathan Clifford, though, will come away with our win here in the pro category. We've got Christopher Larson behind him, Belanger rounding out the podium positions. Matthew Reed, Lacoste, Dubé, Loverink, Sinors, Mosley will be the rest of your gold division. In the silver division, we have got Chase Gordon with a nice commanding win. Excellent win from him. Kaylor Nicholson will get P2. Rodman will get P3. Battle between them will continue to rage throughout the rest of the season. Lung, Collis, Dubois, Barlett, Landry, Maurer, Flores, and Pinio will round out the rest of the positions there. And then last but not least, our rookie division, excellent performance from Adam Lynch to get, what I believe is his first win. Correct me if I'm wrong, but excellent job from Adam Lynch. Congratulations on that win. Well deserved for keeping it clean and keeping that car going straight. Great job and well deserved. Duttmeyer will come in P2 and McGarian in P3. Attenbury, Bartwick, Hurth, Sands, Young, and Reed will round out the rest of the class. Well, there you have it, folks. That is round 4 here at Spa Francorchamps. This is season 15 of Zad's Galaxy Tour, brought to you by Zealous Racing League. It's been an absolute pleasure to bring you the race tonight. It's been an excellent season so far. I think things have been going incredibly well. There's been some great driving. Been some great battles this season, and it's just been an absolute treat to watch. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I've been enjoying it, and there should be some more excellent racing next week as we go to a track that I don't believe we've been to for quite a while. Next week is at Laguna Seca. We're going to the United States, back to the U.S. after round 2 in Indianapolis. Laguna Seca, challenging the roller coaster down the hill, corkscrew turn, chicane, whatever you want to call it. It's more of a chicane, I should say. The dreaded corkscrew. How many of our drivers will it claim next week? I can tell you the number will probably be above 0. But anyway, next week, same time, same place. My name is Shim. I've been your host for tonight's race. It's been an absolute pleasure. Hope you guys are enjoying it. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. It does go a long way to show your support. And if you want any future news on Zealous Racing League content and future leagues, be sure to join our Discord. The link is on the homepage of our YouTube channel. That's where you're going to get all that latest up-to-date information. So, again, my name is Shim. I've been your host tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your week. Peace.
3 years ago, 1 month today, the second left but lost my way, and now I turn through heather walls. When Jenny says she's seen it all, she means from here to down the hall, and she is right in her own way. But I'm running out of strength. clocks run back.